Hello, I'm Fnaire the Anteater, also known as Mrs. Otter. I'll be your hypnotist today. This video is a special Valentine's Day adventure. This is a narrative in which you'll be able to experience the story as though you're actually living it. In this story, you'll be transformed, find the love of your life, and live happily ever after. This version is for women only. Gentlemen, if you would like to experience this adventure, I highly recommend the men's version, as told by my husband Oren. Before we start, I would like to give you my assurance that this is a safe procedure. Hypnosis is no more dangerous than sleeping. I can't take over your mind. I can't make you do anything you don't want to do, and I wouldn't do that anyway. I will be taking you into a deep state of trance, so it's important that you be as comfortable as possible. So I would like you to either sit down or lie down in a comfortable position. Your head should be supported when you relax your neck, and if you feel the need to move around, to scratch and itch or shift your weight, you're welcome to do so, because I want you to be as comfortable as possible. Otherwise, just lie back and let me do the work for you. All you need to do is listen to the sound of my voice and be completely relaxed. So go ahead and hit pause if you need some time to get comfortable, and when you're ready, we'll begin. The first thing I would like you to do is close your eyes. I want you to imagine a beautiful sunny meadow high in the hills. The grass is very green, and there are lots of flowers. Behind you, there are beautiful mountains, and in front of you, there's the valley with a beautiful forest, and beyond that, a small village. The sky is blue, and clouds are scudding by. The sun is shining brightly, making you feel very warm. The place where you're standing has a very mild slope. It's just perfect for laying on your back and looking at the clouds. And you feel that a midday nap would be just the perfect thing. And so you lay back on the ground, your body cushioned by the beautiful springtime grass. You can hear birds singing somewhere nearby. Butterflies are flitting by. The sunshine feels so warm on your skin, and the pleasant fragrance of the meadow flowers fills your nostrils. It's good to be here, just enjoying the feeling of the sunshine and the gentle breeze. As you lay there and relax, you can feel a warm sensation in your toes, and it's making all of the muscles in your toes completely relax, just feeling so very good. As every muscle in each of your toes completely relaxes as much as it possibly can. It just feels so very good as all of the tension completely slips away. As you lay, listening to the sound of my voice, that warm, pleasant sensation rises from your toes into your feet, making the muscles in your feet relax all the way from your ankles to your toes. Feels so good as that pleasant heat comes up past your ankles, up into your legs. Your calves and shins just let go of all their tension, feeling so good, so peaceful and calm, as all of the muscles just relax and let go, leaving you feeling so good. That warm, pleasant sensation is coming up past your knees now, up into your thighs. All of the muscles in your thighs are just completely relaxing, feeling calm, letting go of all the stress, feeling so very good. That warm, pleasant sensation comes up into your buttocks and your groin, making every muscle from your waist down just relax completely and feel so very good, just so very wonderful, feeling as if you're sitting in a nice warm tub of water. That pleasant warm feeling just coming up past your waist, up into your stomach, making you feel so very good, so very relaxed, coming up into your back, making all the muscles in your back let go of all their stress, all their tension. That warmth is coming up past your solar plexus, up into your chest, just filling your upper body completely, from your back all the way to your pectoral muscles. Everything just feels so good so completely relaxed, completely at peace, as you feel it spreading down through your shoulders, down into your upper arms, making your arm muscles relax, the triceps, the biceps, all the way down to the elbows, everything feeling so very good, so completely relaxed, letting go of all the stress, not doing any work, just feeling so good as that heat comes down into your lower arms, making everything in your lower arms feel good and calm and relaxed. No stress, no tension, just that pleasant warm feeling and total relaxation as it comes down to fill up your hands, past your wrist into your palms, filling your hands all the way down to the fingertips, just feeling so very good as each and every one of your fingers relaxes as much as it possibly can. Everything below your neck is just feeling so very good now, so completely relaxed and peaceful, as that pleasant, warm energy comes up through your neck, making all of the tension in your neck completely disappear as all of the muscles let go and relax, feeling so very good, so wonderfully peaceful. You can feel that pleasant heat rising up into your head now, coming up through your chin and up the back of your head, making all of the muscles around your mouth relax, all of the muscles around your nose, in your cheeks and your jaws, around your ears, and now it's coming up into your eyes, making all of the muscles in your eyes relax, all of the muscles in your brow and your forehead, everything just feeling so good, so completely calm, filling your head now all the way to the top. You feel so warm, so pleasant, so calm and peaceful as every muscle in your body relaxes. The only work that you're doing now is breathing. Just breathing deeply, breathing in even more of that warm, positive feeling, and breathing out the last little bits of tension, the last little bits of stress. Just take deep breaths in, and as you do, I'd like you to open your eyes. And as you breathe out, I'd like you to close them again. Just breathe in, opening your eyes, breathing in that warm, pleasant feeling, and breathe out, closing your eyes, breathing out the last bits of tension and stress. And each time you breathe in, your eyelids become just a little heavier, as if someone has put weights on them. It becomes just a little harder to open your eyes each time, and when you breathe out, it's just a little easier to let them close. Continuing to breathe in, breathing in more of that warm, positive feeling, and breathing out all the stress, all of the tension, just feeling so very good. Breathing in, opening your eyes a little less each time, breathing out and letting them close a little more easily. Taking deep breaths in, breathing in that warmth and goodness, and breathing out any leftover stress and tension. And if you'd like to go ahead and let your eyes close, you can go ahead and do that. Just let your eyes close and lock shut, just relaxing completely as you listen to the sound of my voice and let my words do all the work for you. Just relaxing completely, breathing deeply, breathing in that good positive energy, and breathing out the last atoms of stress, just feeling so very good. Starting down into trance as you continue to relax and feel wonderful. And if you'd like to try to open your eyes, you can give it a try, but they're not going to open because it just feels too good to completely relax. Just let go of all the tension. Let go of all the work. Let me make all the effort for you, just listening to the sound of my voice as you sink deeper into that wonderful, restful state of trance. It just feels so very good, so very relaxing. And now I'm going to help you go even deeper into that wonderful, blissful, restful state of trance. I'm going to count backwards from 10 to 1, and with each number I count, you're going to go deeper and deeper into trance. When I reach 1, I'll snap my fingers and tell you to sleep. And when I do, you'll find that you're able to go even deeper into that wonderful, relaxing state of trance. 10, starting down into trance now. 9, going deeper and deeper. 8, further down with each number I count. 7, just drifting down like a feather. 6, feeling so light, so good. 5, feeling better and better. 4, feeling better the deeper you go. 3, going deeper the better you feel. 2, nearly there now. 1, sleep. You're doing very well, going so deep into trance now, as you just relax and listen to the sound of my voice as I tell you to sleep. Feeling so very good, going so very deep into trance, just relaxing completely and listening to my voice as you sleep. Feeling absolutely wonderful, going 10 times deeper into that wonderful state of trance as you sleep. Just listening to the sound of my voice, going so much deeper each time I snap my fingers and tell you to sleep. Feeling very good. You've gone almost as far as you can go now. Just feeling so very good as you sleep. Now you've gone as deep as you can go for right now, and I'm going to help you to go even deeper into that wonderful state of trance. To do that, I'll need to wake you so that we can go even deeper than before. 1, starting up out of trance now. 2, a little higher with each number I count. 3, becoming aware of your surroundings. 4, open up your eyes. 5, completely awake now, still feeling very good, feeling absolutely wonderful. Go ahead and stretch out your muscles if you need to. Get as comfortable as you possibly can. We're just taking a little break now, and in a moment, we're going to go back down into trance. As I count, you're going to go 10 times deeper than you did the first time. 10, going back down into trance now. 9, still feeling very, very good. 8, going further and further. 7, deeper and deeper. 6, feeling so very good. 5, feeling better and better the deeper you go. 4, going deeper and deeper the better you feel. 3, just feeling better and going deeper. 2, feeling absolutely wonderful. 1, sleep. You're doing so very well, going so very deep into trance as you sleep. Feeling absolutely wonderful, going as deep as we can possibly go, just drifting down and feeling good as you sleep. Just listening to the sound of my voice, letting my words do all the work for you, going deep, deep into that wonderful, restful sleep. Nearly all the way there now. We've gone almost as far as we can go. It just feels so good to lay back, listen to my voice, and sleep. Nearly there now, feeling absolutely wonderful as you fall deep into that sleep, that deep, deep sleep. Going deep, deep sleep, feeling so good as you fall into that deep sleep, deep, deep sleep. Still feeling absolutely wonderful. You've gone as deep as anyone can go into trance, feeling so good, so very relaxed. And now that you're deep in trance, I have a special request for you. You need to think of your special someone. If you're married, I want you to think of your husband. If you have a boyfriend, think about him. Or, if you don't have a special someone, just think of what the man of your dreams is like. Think about the man that you would like to marry someday. Just think about how wonderful such a person makes you feel. Think about how much you love your husband or boyfriend, or the boyfriend you want to meet. Just think about how wonderful he makes you feel and how much you love him. And for the moment, I want you to forget that you know him. Don't worry. We'll bring your memory back in just a little bit. But for now, so that we can recapture the wonder of meeting them for the first time, forget that you know your special someone. Forget that you know your husband or your boyfriend or the man of your dreams. Forget that you know them. Forget the way they make you feel. You haven't met this person yet. I want you to stop thinking about them and forget that you know him. When you hear the phrase, "Look into his eyes," that's when you'll remember him. When you hear the phrase, "Look into his eyes," you'll remember him, and all of the wonder of knowing him will come flooding back. All of the joy, all of the happiness, all of the wonder and the love that you feel just knowing this person, just having them in your life. All of the wonderful way that he makes you feel will come flooding back to you when you hear the phrase, look into his eyes. When you hear the special phrase, look into his eyes, it'll be as if you're meeting him and falling in love all over again. But for now, you don't know that special man. You haven't met him yet. In fact, you've been feeling very lonely. In the town where you live, it seems like everyone has a special someone. All of the schoolgirls have a boy that they're sweet on. All of your friends have gotten married. Many times you've been a bridesmaid, but never a bride. Even the old married couples still gaze sweetly into each other's eyes. But there isn't anyone for you. And it makes you sad that there's no one for you. And so, in your loneliness, you've come out here to walk in the meadow and forget about your troubles for a while. And it worked for a while. You felt better for a little bit as you laid back and relaxed and napped in this lush green meadow. But as your thoughts circle around, you find yourself feeling lonely again. So you lay back and stare up at the clouds. As you do, you hear someone walking nearby. Someone is coming up the hill. And as he walks, he grunts uncomfortably. You sit up to see who's coming, and you see a troll. The troll looks very unhappy, but it's too late to run. And so you sit and hope that he means to walk by peaceably.
Ouch, he says as he walks. Grunk hurts so bad.
What's the matter, you ask, your words slipping out before you realize that you've just called the troll's attention to yourself.
Grunk hurt,
says the troll, and he shows you his back, where several porcupine quills are sticking out of his skin.
Grunk have accident in forest. Lay down on porcupine. Can't get quills out because Grunk can't reach.
Maybe I can help, you say. Grunk agrees, and he sits down in front of you. Gingerly, you pull out the porcupine quills. It hurts a lot. But once the last quill is out, the relief on Grunk's face is obvious.
Girl, good to Grunk, says the troll. What Grunk do to be good to girl?
I don't think there's anything you can do for me, you tell Grunk, unless you can help me find a boyfriend. And you tell him about how lonely you are, because there's no one in your hometown for you.
Well, Grunk no can be boyfriend, says the troll. Wife not like it when I do that. But Grunk have idea.
Oh, you say?
Yes, their village down in wood where maybe you can find boyfriend, but need magic to go there. Grunk is wizard. Maybe Grunk help you. Do you trust Grunk?
A little voice in the back of your mind says, maybe this isn't such a good idea, but an even louder voice tells you to go for it. Yes, you say, I trust you.
Good. Girl, lay down. Grunk do magic.
And so you lay back down on the grass and close your eyes as the troll works his magic spell. The first thing you notice is that your shoes seem to be disappearing. It's a very odd sensation as your feet suddenly become lighter. In a moment, you can feel the breeze blowing between your toes. Your feet are now bare. As you wiggle your now naked toes, you sense that your blouse is beginning to disappear. The fabric is simply vanishing, and you can feel your back exposed to the soft blades of grass beneath you. In fact, all of your outer clothing is vanishing, just disappearing into thin air, leaving only your underwear. Your jewelry, even your makeup, has completely vanished, and you wonder for a moment if Grunk is going to try something bad. But no. You saw the look on his face when he spoke of his wife. This troll is in love. Besides, if he were going to do anything, he would have done it already. He wouldn't need to bother using magic. And so you decide that you trust him, and you continue to allow your clothing to disappear. As Grunk continues his spell, you feel your brassiere disappearing, vanishing away, leaving your breasts exposed to the air. And that is soon followed by your panties, vanishing away, leaving you completely naked, lying in the meadow, completely exposed to nature. And yet, you feel no embarrassment, no shame. There's absolutely nothing wrong with your body. Why should you be embarrassed about it? And so you just lay there and enjoy the feeling of the grass on your back and the sunshine on your front. But the nakedness doesn't last long, because as Grunk continues his spell, you feel something happening to your skin. It's a warm, soft, fuzzy feeling, as if a downy coat of fur sprouting all over your body. It's a strange sensation, but you let it happen because it just feels so good. Soft, downy, snow-white fur all over your body, just feeling absolutely wonderful. And once the fur has grown in, you feel something happening to your ears. Your ears are growing, becoming longer and longer, moving up toward the top of your head. Your hearing is becoming so much more acute. You can hear the birds more loudly. You can hear insects buzzing nearby. It's as if a whole new world of sound has opened up to you. And now you feel something happening at the base of your spine. It's growing out just a little bit, forming a tiny little tail. And on that tail, your fur is growing out, becoming a large powder puffball, a cute little cotton bunny tail. Ah, so now it's becoming apparent what Grunk is doing. He's changing you into a rabbit. A curious thing to be doing, but it feels so good, you decide to let him continue. Your face is beginning to change, growing longer, growing rounded, becoming the face of a bunny rabbit. Your nose is now a small pink patch. Your front teeth grow downward and upward, becoming the long incisors of a rabbit. You can feel changes happening in your hands and feet. Your nails are growing out into little rabbit claws. Your fingers and toes are becoming smaller, stubbier, changing into paws. You can feel the pads forming on the tips of your fingers, on the palms of your hands, and the soles of your feet. The hair on your head is shrinking and turning white, blending in with your snow-white bunny fur. Your eyes are changing, moving towards the sides of your head, giving you a very wide view, a panoramic view of the world around you. Your irises are turning a beautiful pink. As your breasts become smaller, you become aware of new nipples forming. 2 up near your shoulders, and 6 down your stomach. You now have 10 in all, visible for just a moment, before they hide away under your fur. Your limbs are becoming shorter and shorter, pulling your hands and feet in toward your body. Your legs are becoming shorter and thinner, and yet so much more powerful, with muscle piling on from front to back, changing your legs into the haunches of a rabbit. Your arms are changing into front legs, your shoulders pulling inward, so that when you stand, your front paws will be underneath you. And as the change moves in towards your center, your torso changing into the torso of a rabbit. Your skin begins to feel a little bit loose. It feels like a comfortable, well-worn garment, as if you were wearing your favorite nightgown and slippers. It just feels that comfy. Grunk the troll is reaching the end of the spell now, and you can feel yourself becoming smaller and smaller.
That all now. Grunk finished, says the troll. You enjoy, okay?
Now fully transformed into a rabbit, you turn over to stand on your 4 paws, and you look up at Grunk and ask him, "Why did you turn me into a rabbit? How am I supposed to find a man this way?"
"You not find human man," says Grunk. "You go down to village. Maybe find rabbit man."
Find a rabbit man? The idea seems ridiculous, and yet it feels so good to be a rabbit. You decide that you'd like to stay like this for a while, and as long as you're a rabbit, why not go down into the village and have a look? So that's what you do. Enjoying the speed you now have with your bunny body, you go in a loping gait, down the trail, down the hill, and into the forest. Once you're in the forest, you notice some strange sights. You've been here in the forest before, and yet you don't remember seeing these things. The burrows here have windows made of glass. The raccoon's den has a solid oak door and a stovepipe. The birds' nests all have roofs on them. But what's even more strange is the animals of the forest. There's a mouse carrying an umbrella. There's a raccoon going down the path carrying a basket full of laundry. And there's a weasel having an animated discussion with a pigeon. Walking through this town of nests and burrows and dens, you come upon a small chapel located in a copse of birch trees. Curious, you peer inside. Standing there, reading a Bible, is an otter. Sensing your presence, he looks up from his reading and says, "Hello." "Hello," you say. "I'm new around here." "I see," says the otter, closing his Bible. He approaches you and extends a hand. "I'm Reverend Otter," he says, "but you can call me Flip." You shake his hand with your paw and introduce yourself. "Ah, you must have just been turned into a rabbit," he says. "How did you know that?" you ask. "Because you used your human last name. We don't use those here. We just call each other Miss Cat or Mr. Wolf or Mayor Skunk." "Ah, I suppose that makes me Miss Bunny." "Pleased to meet you, Miss Bunny," says the otter. And suddenly you realize you're standing as tall as he is. You must be very large for a rabbit. Perhaps Grunk didn't have a very good sense of scale, but you decide not to let that bother you, since you seem to fit in pretty well here. Since you were just transformed, you must be new to Sylvania Burg. "Is that what this place is called?" you ask. "Yes," says the preacher, "and humans aren't able to see it. When they go by, all they see is trees and normal forest animals." "This is all so amazing," you confess. "Let me show you around," says the preacher, as he escorts you to the door. He walks you down the street, pointing out the houses of his various friends. Some of them live high in the branches, some in burrows under the roots of the trees, and some in the trees themselves. He takes you to a shop built in the roots of a large oak. Inside is a beauty salon, and there by the door stands a tabby cat. "This is Miss Kitty," says the preacher. "She runs the salon here. Miss Kitty, this is Miss Bunny." The cat is very pleased to make your acquaintance. She shakes your paw vigorously before giving in to the urge to give you a big hug. "This is so great," says the cat. "We haven't had rabbits here for a long time. You must let me do your nails." She smiles at you disarmingly, and so you agree. Sitting down at her work table, you place your paws in front of you and allow Miss Kitty to paint your claws a beautiful shade of pink. As she works, Miss Kitty chats about the goings-on in the town, telling you all about her friends and what they're doing. And as she works, another customer comes in. It's a wolf. He's very large in this space, and yet there's room for him. He sits down near the entrance. "That's Mr. Wolf," says Miss Kitty. He's the teacher of the elementary school here in Sylvania Burg. Mr. Wolf, this is Miss Bunny.
Pleasure, says the wolf.
He's here for his haircut, says Miss Kitty. He gets awfully shaggy if he doesn't have one every month. Curious about what Miss Kitty said earlier, you ask, Miss Kitty, you said you haven't had any rabbits in a while. Are there other rabbits here in town? Oh no, I'm afraid not, says Miss Kitty. The last rabbit we had here was Angus.
Terrible thing what happened to Angus, says Mr. Wolf.
Why, you ask? What happened to him?
He said he wanted to see the world, says the teacher. He went traveling, and he barely got a mile outside of town when he was eaten by a non-talking fox.
That's terrible, you say, and everyone agrees. When you leave Miss Kitty's salon, your claws look wonderful, but you also feel sad. Grunk turned you into a rabbit in hopes that you could find your special someone here in Sylvania Burg. But now, you know there's no hope of finding that special someone. You're a rabbit now, and there are no other talking rabbits. And you realize that you can't go back home. Not like this. You don't even know if you'll ever be able to find Grunk again. You're stuck as a rabbit, which means you've lost everything. You gave it all up for the chance to find true love, and now that chance is gone. It makes you very, very sad. And so, you decide to go for another walk, or hop, as the case may be. Your wanderings take you back the way you came through the forest, up toward the hills. You don't even realize when you reach the forest edge and started back up toward the meadows. When you realize that you're no longer in the forest, you lift your head and look around, and that's when you see him. He's the most handsome fox that you've ever seen, with fur of bright, bright red, paws and ears black as pitch, belly and the tip of the tail white as the snow. He's staring at you with an unsettling fascination. And as you look back at him, he begins to approach you. Suddenly you remember the story of Angus and how he was eaten by a fox. Perhaps this fox wants to eat you too. You become frightened and you run. You look back and see that the fox is giving chase. Your heart is pounding in your chest. You feel absolutely terrified, and so you continue to run, racing high up into the hills. You spot a cluster of boulders, and you think to yourself that this would be a great place to hide, and so you run behind them. But this proves to be a mistake. You've now boxed yourself in, and the fox has followed you. You're trapped, no way out. The fox slowly approaches, but it becomes apparent that he's not interested in eating you. As he comes closer, you realize that he's very small for a fox, and you being very large for a rabbit, you're practically the same size. He wasn't really much of a threat in the first place. And as he comes face to face with you, he looks into your eyes, and you look into his eyes. And what happens next is most unexpected. As you look into his eyes, you peer deep into his soul, and you see something wonderful there. You feel as if you've known this fox your entire life. You feel that you not only can trust him, but you love him, and he loves you too. It's as if this is the one with whom you were meant to spend your entire life. This is the one. You place your paw upon his, and as you continue to look into his eyes, you say, "This may sound very strange, but I think I love you." "It does sound strange," said the fox, "and yet, I love you too. I feel as if I've known you my entire life. I feel like you and I were meant to be together." "Yes," you say, "that's exactly how I feel." As you continue to look into his eyes, and he gazes back into yours. The feeling of love between you seems overwhelming. You've spent so much of your life being lonely. You don't want to be lonely for another second. And you're about to suggest that the two of you spend your life together. But he beats you to it when he says, "Let's not waste another minute. Let's get married, right now." The very notion fills you with such joy that the word yes just seems to explode from your lips. And the two of you travel together back to Sylvania Burg, him with his regal canine stride, and you with a joyful hop all the way. In the town square, you find a skunk wearing glasses and a top hat. Your new boyfriend walks up and says, "Mayor Skunk, this is Miss Bunny, and we're going to be married." "Married?" says the mayor in surprise. "The two of you?" "Is there something wrong?" your fiancé asks. "Well, you're a fox, and you're a rabbit. Such a thing has never been done." "Is there some sort of rule against it?" you ask. "Well, I don't think so. Perhaps we should go talk to the preacher about this." Mayor Skunk takes you to the small chapel where you met the preacher before. Once again, he's standing near the front of the chapel, reading his Bible. "Miss Bunny," he says as you enter, "nice to see you again. And hello, Mayor Skunk." You introduce him to your boyfriend and tell him that you would like to be married. "Married? Really?" says the otter. "A fox and a rabbit?" "Will you do it?" you ask. "Will you perform the wedding for us?" "Well," says the otter, "I need to ask you, are you in love? Truly in love with one another?" Once again, you turn to your fox and look into his eyes. There, you see all the love in the universe. "Yes," you say, "we are." "Very much," says your fox. "Well then," says the otter, "let's have a wedding." Before long, word is spread throughout Sylvania Burg that a wedding is taking place. Animals come in from all over town. There's Miss Kitty and Mr. Wolf, but there are also many others. Your boyfriend introduces you to Mrs. Raccoon, the laundress, and Mr. Possum, the grocer, and of course Mayor Skunk is there. The wedding is simple and elegant, and as Reverend Otter performs the ceremony, your mind is just taken with the wonder of it all. You can hardly believe this is happening to you. And when the preacher says, "Do you, Miss Bunny, take Mr. Fox to be your lawfully wedded husband?" you enthusiastically say, "I do." And your fox's "I do" is just as enthusiastic. You leave the chapel that day as Mr. and Mrs. Fox. And you think how funny and yet how wonderful it is that you're now a rabbit named Mrs. Fox. Mayor Skunk takes you to a beautiful den. "This used to belong to Angus," he says, "but of course, he's no longer here to enjoy it. He meant it to be his honeymoon cottage someday. Since you're the only rabbit now, I suppose it's yours, Mrs. Fox." "No, not mine," you say. "Ours." And you smile at your new husband. As Mayor Skunk goes his way, the two of you slip inside. This night, as well as many nights afterwards, will be spent seeing if it's possible to make little bunny foxes. But of course, I'll leave that part to your imagination. Happy Valentine's Day.